Hi, I'm Janet from Successful Slimming, and in this video I want to talk to you about getting into the right frame of mind, the right mindset to be able to lose weight, to embark on a weight loss journey. So maybe if you're struggling, you know that you want to lose weight, maybe you know that you need to, but you're struggling to get into that right frame of mind so that you know that you're going to be really motivated and you're going to put your best in to make it happen. If you're struggling, then I'm going to share with you all my tips and techniques, the ones that I learned from my 13.5 stone weight loss journey. So stay with me and, well, let's get started. Well, I believe that in order to do really well on your weight loss program, you need to be in a really good, positive frame of mind. And I'm sure that you've all experienced it before. For any of you that have been on a diet before, which is probably most people, you'll know that actually when you're in that really positive frame of mind, that really strong, motivated mindset, then it's much easier to stick to your diet, your weight loss program. But the thing is, we don't need to wait for that to organically happen. You know, when it does, then it's great. But if you're in that situation where you know that you want to lose weight or even need to lose weight, but you're struggling to actually be in that right frame of mind, don't worry. You can actually push yourself to get there, to become really motivated and positive. Now, the tips and techniques that I'm going to share with you are things that I share with my members on Successful Slimming. So I will refer to a few of the things that we use within the membership. But these are things that you can do regardless of what weight loss program you are on. So one of the things that we do is I get my members to complete the goals and motivation worksheet. Now, this is a really useful tool because what it does is that it gets you to look at essentially what pains and pleasures you are currently experiencing and what pains and pleasures will come from losing weight. So what I mean by that is that to get ourselves really motivated, we need to be really honest with ourselves about why we want to lose weight. What pain do we currently experience by staying in the position that we are? You know, when I was big, at my biggest, I was a size 30. And, you know, the pain back then of, you know, my thighs rubbing together, not being able to sit in a seat with arms, you know, like an armchair. If I was going to, you know, a cafe or something with friends, you know, I'd sit down and the arms would really dig into me and my fat would seep outside. It was really painful and it was embarrassing. So those sorts of pains, you know, the pain of having to ask for an extension belt, or, you know, you may not be as big as I was, but there will be things that you don't like about your current situation. I mean, you might find your clothes are a bit too tight and, you know, you don't want to go out and buy new clothes. You know, whatever those pains are, it's really important to get into the right mindset. You need to know why you want to lose weight. And often that is about concentrating on those pains because you don't want them anymore. You know, and then conversely, think about the pleasures that you are going to get by losing weight. Now, some of them you might, you know, be able to easily imagine, you know, compliments or being able to buy nicer clothes. But I'm telling you, there are so many other pleasures that I hadn't really sort of like expected or thought about. You know, just the normal everyday things, about being able to do everyday things, about being able to go into a shop and try on basically any clothes and feel confident and happy. You know, not worry about crossing my legs. It sounds silly, but I can easily cross them now. And it's just simple, small things like that. So start thinking about the pleasures, think about the things that you're going to experience, all the reasons why you want to lose weight. You'll be able to run around with your kids. You know, you'll be healthier. You will live longer. You know, there are so many different things that you need to think about and concentrate on to help you get into that frame of mind. So have a think through all the pains that you've currently got and all the pleasures that you're going to get by losing weight. That can really focus your mind. The other thing that you can do is, do you know, sometimes I think we find it difficult to do things for ourselves. You know, particularly if you're overweight, you probably do talk negatively to yourself, and, you know, you might not think you're worthy of losing weight. Certainly, you know, I think that's very common, and it's something that I certainly felt for a while. But thinking about somebody else and how it will benefit them can help you stay motivated, and it can help you get into that, again, positive frame of mind and mindset. So, you know, for years I knew that I needed to lose weight, I wanted to lose weight, but, you know, a lot of the time I kind of like didn't feel I was worth it. I mean, I'm sure some of you will understand where I'm coming from. But there came a time when I realised that if I wasn't going to do this for myself, actually, I needed to do it for my son. And this was when he was just 3 years old in nursery, and he came home upset from nursery one day because one of his friends had said that my bum was the size of a planet. Now, you know, truth is, kids at that age, they just say what they see, and my bottom was enormous. So actually, I can understand. But, you know, my son was really upset by it. And it really occurred to me that although his friend at that stage wasn't saying it to be cruel, as my son would grow up and grow older, it's actually very likely that he could get bullied at school because of my weight. And so, you know, devastated at this thought, I used him as my motivation as well. So staying, you know, motivated and getting in the right frame of mind for him was a big part. So if you've got somebody in your life that will really positively benefit from your weight loss, it can also be really helpful to concentrate on them. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for them. You know, that can be something that's really helpful. The other thing is something that actually is really powerful. And I want you to actually do a little exercise with me now and think about. I want you to think where you are now, and now think back to a position you were in maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, however long ago. Think back to your previous self, your past self. Was there a time that you wished you just kept going on a diet? Because if you had, where would you be now? You know, would it be so much better? I want you to almost talk to your past self, to go, oh, do you know what? You know, it's like me. I remember looking back at some photographs when I was really big. I was like size 30, my biggest. I looked back at some photographs when I was a size 16. And at the time, I remember at size 16, I thought, oh, I was awful. I was really overweight. And, you know, I felt really bad about myself. But my size 30 self was looking back at the size 16 self and going, oh, my goodness, I so wish that you'd just realised you weren't that bad and had the confidence to carry on and stick at your weight loss program and do it, because the few years that passed after that and I got bigger to a size 30, they were really painful. So by talking to your past self, maybe you can look to a time that you wish you'd done something differently. Now, where this is powerful and where this is important is because what I now want you to do is imagine your future self speaking back to you now. Your future self, if you don't do something about your weight now, where are you going to be in 5, 10 years' time? And is your future self going to be talking back to you going, oh, do you know what? I wish you'd done something about it. I wish that you just kept going. You've got all the available tools for your disposal to be able to lose the weight, but I really wish you'd stick at it. You know, you don't want your future self to be looking back and saying that to you now. So I want you to really think about that. See the present opportunity that you've got as a really important one, not just for now, but for your entire future. It's really powerful, and if you get into that mindset and that frame of mind and really think about it, if you don't change, if you don't make, changes to your habits now, where will you be in 5, 10 years' time? Really important. So you can do that. And one last thing I'm going to leave you with is to talk positively to yourself. You know, I know, having been there, when you feel overweight and horrible, you know, you don't talk nicely to yourself. I get it. But it's so important when you embark on a weight loss journey, you need to be positive. You need to be saying, no, do you know what? I can do this. Look, if someone like Janet can do it, you know, and I had all the problems and the lack of willpower and everything that everybody else has got. But if somebody like me can do it, then why not you? Why are you any, you know, more special or different? You're not. So get into that positive frame of mind and say, actually, do you know what? I can do this. I'm going to do this. Start talking really nicely to yourself. Start believing in yourself that it is going to happen. And I tell you why. Because when you are talking positively to yourself, when you're being nice to yourself, it's so counterintuitive to do something negative to yourself, like sabotage your weight loss program, you know? If you're feeling positive and motivated and good about yourself, it's really hard to do bad things to yourself. Now, that's not to say that you're going to have a blemish-free journey. You know, no weight loss journey is blemish-free. So stop expecting perfection. It's not going to happen. But just be positive. Just expect, you know, the ups and downs. And when there's a down, that doesn't mean that you talk badly to yourself. It just means that you're normal and you carry on and you talk positively. So I hope that's helped. And whether you are a member of Successful Slimming and doing your goals and motivation worksheet with me or on your own, I hope that it helps, and I hope that you can get into the right frame of mind so that you can embark on your weight loss journey having great success. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and until next time, just keep going.